Hi, this is Zach with the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Valentine's Day, the 14th of February at Vox Markets. Starting off with Audioboom, where there's all the excitement of a potential takeover by some of the big names, Amazon, Spotify, etc. The shares, in fact, have behaved according to the technicals, where we're still looking for £24, gapped up today. The ideal scenario is that we remain above the previous February peak, around £18.40 on an end-of-day close basis. Above that, then we're still looking for that £24 with or without any M&A. Moving along to a stock where for all of a sudden the bears seem to be rather quiet about this situation, surprisingly maybe. Here we've had a vertical move for Cloudbreak Discovery, beautiful move there after breaking that resistance line there at 2p, and then through the 200-day moving average at 2.6 pence. Nearly hit our target there, the resistance line there, or the top of the channel there from last June at 5.15 pence. And obviously after that, probably all that's left is try and get to the sort of the post-IPO levels or peak at 5.5. We'll see where we go from there. But the upside here, valid at least while we hold above that late June peak at 4.05. Above that, we're looking for yet greater glories on Cloudbreak. If you're dreaming of a potential big win, then I suppose at the moment we're looking at a resistance line projection, something like that from June, which is heading towards 8 or 9 pence, maybe on a 1 to 2 month basis. But that vertical move with all the blue candles, very, very strong indeed. And we've seen a few of those, and we'll probably revisit that in some of the other stocks in today's sweep. On to Cobra, which I've covered a few times as well. Mid-move consolidation, mid-move bull flag there, either side of the 200-day moving average. Typical pattern there, above 1.9, which was the initial February peak, looking for 2.8, perhaps as soon as the end of next month. The plus point here is the bear trap gap reversal that we had at the beginning of the month. That's a very strong signal, and the mid-move bull flag also pretty strong as well. We've got, I think, both the 50 and 200-day moving averages are now rising, so the next cross here will be a golden cross for Cobra, and all the more impressive on such a bad day for the market. On to Caracal Gold, where the shares are up despite placing news. Always a good sign when stocks go up in the wake of funding news. It suggests that there is actually a decent demand for the shares. All we're looking for now here, after bouncing off that uptrend line from the end of August, around 1.1 pence, is a clearance or a weekly close above 1.25, and that October resistance line. Then that could finally open us up for a retest of the October peaks above 1.8 pence. But the key here is that we hold above the 1 to 1.1 pence area on Caracal. Moving along to a stock which may be one of the tomorrow's winners, let's say, Ixico. Here the reason for inclusion is the bullish divergence here and the gap to the upside, bear trap gap reversal that we've had, so from below 48 pence. And then the bullish divergence line, that suggests that we could at least fill the gap up towards 57 pence over the next week or two. And as in the case of many of the other stocks here today, going up on such a negative day for the stock market, all the more impressive. Decent news from Kibo, probably a breakthrough piece of news for the company. So far the shares up 9%, but as you can see, the shares had already started their positive journey with the bullish divergence there for the lower January lows, and then we've broken the 50-day moving average in that resistance line there from April. View now is at least while we're above, let's say, 0.16, we could head back up to post-November resistance at 0.23, maybe over the next month or so, and at least that would be a start in terms of recovery for the long-suffering Kibo shareholders. Also in recovery mode is Live Company. Here we've had this beautiful breakthrough neckline resistance over the last week, so that was around the 3.8 pence area, and also cleared the 200-day moving average at 4.2 pence. Above that, looking for 7 pence, maybe as soon as the end of next month, which is an August resistance line projection. All the while we had a bullish divergence line pushing and powering the shares higher over the near term. Not such a happy picture in the near term for Oxford Biodynamics, but it looks as though there's first signs of a recovery here. Bullish divergence line, potential to head back towards the old December peak at 43 pence, while there's no new low made, i.e. there's no break back below 25 pence, but obviously that one is a little bit of a falling knife situation. No falling knives at Predator, where it's I'm almost covering this every day actually, looking very interesting indeed now, where we had that vertical move through the 200-day moving average. Very rare that, but we're seeing that with quite a few stocks. And so the issue now is trying to work out how far the shares could head higher. At the moment, probably looking towards a resistance line projection up towards 22 pence is the best case scenario, maybe over the next 2 to 3 months. Upside valid while we hold above what was support on the way up previously, so above 11 pence. Looking for 14 pence initially, the support back in June, and then a retest, obviously the best post-June levels up towards 20 pence. So almost exciting there at Predator at the moment. Stock I haven't looked at for quite a while is PanAfrican, but this looks like it's trying to get itself mobilized for a move to the upside. Obviously, it'd be nice to see the 20 pence resistance area clear 20.4, the peak in November. If we can do that over the next week or two, we could and should be looking towards the top of a rising trend channel from June as high as 27 pence, maybe by the end of March, something like that. So looking rather more healthy there after months of consolidation. Can't resist looking at PanAfrican again, just because I can't actually believe that the shares have managed to deliver such a quick move after being in consolidation move for so long. We had our target up to 0.59, 0.6, and today the high so far 0.5. So maybe we could get there by the end of the month or sooner. Ideally, there's no end of day close back below the recent resistance at 0.36. So above 0.36, still looking for the 0.6 area, and what we wouldn't want to see probably is an end of day close back below the latest gap at 0.42 if you're close to the market, but ideally we stay above 0.36 and 0.6 is the target. Finishing off with a stock which I don't think I've covered as much as perhaps should have, Tavistock. Here we've broken a line of resistance from August. That was at 4.5 pence. With a sort of sharp vertical move, and the good news for fans of the shares is that if the longer we hold above 4.5 pence, the greater the chance of a move up towards 10 pence on maybe a 1 to 2 month time frame. So that is interesting indeed. The chart looking very strong with that unfilled gap to the upside, and then the sideways shuffle, as I call it. That sideways move suggests that the sellers aren't doing very well in that stock at the moment. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.